Hello learner, welcome back to our video number 2 on the chapter The Cell. And as you can see in my book, you're seeing precautions when handling a light microscope. Precautions. So a light microscope is delicate. Delicate because it's made up, most of the parts are made up of glasses. We have things like the objective lenses, we have the mirror, and of course we have the lenses. So these ones are glass structures, and that makes this microscope delicate and also expensive. So handling it, we must handle it with a lot of care. In fact, we handle a light microscope just like a thermos flask, because how it is very fragile, it can break easily. And because it is very expensive, having the parts, the mirrors and the lenses replaced may be an expensive affair, and that will make you get a problem. You may not have a microscope to use. Now, precautions. Number 1, always use both hands when carrying a microscope. Both hands. One hand is used in holding the arm, the other one is placed below the base. Use both hands. This is the microscope. One hand is used to hold the arm, the other one you place below the base stand. That is why I'm telling you, you should carry it just like a thermos flask, because it is delicate and expensive, and if it falls, it will be an expensive affair. Never place a microscope at the periphery, close to the edge of your working bench. So make sure it is either at the middle or somewhere very safe, not at the end of that working bench, to avoid it falling off, because again, if it falls off, it breaks those delicate parts. Number 3, do not touch. Touching the mirror and the lenses with fingers to avoid making them dirty or wet. Sometimes if you touch using your fingers, you leave the fingerprints on the lenses. Fingerprints. These ones will make your kind of observation work very, very difficult. So to avoid dirtifying it or leaving that, and of course wetting that microscope, you should always ensure you don't touch the mirror and the lenses using your fingers. Number 4, we have 8 points. Dirty lenses, just in case the lenses get dirt, should be cleaned using a special soft lens tissue. This one is a special soft lens tissues. In that video, when I was showing you the chart and also the live microscope that you remember, I had this cloth. I showed you this cloth. So still, I refer you to that video. You will see that type of special soft lens cloth or tissue that is used for wiping dirty lenses. But sometimes you can use a tissue paper that is dipped or moistened with what we call ethanol. If you dip a tissue paper in ethanol, then that one also becomes softer, and it becomes also very important. You can use it in cleaning dirty lenses. Why you are doing this is because you want to avoid scratches on the lenses. If you just use any cloth, you rub against the lenses, you leave what we call the scratches, some marks that will also make the lenses ineffective. Number 5, we have other parts of the microscope now, apart from the lenses and the mirror and such. The other parts of the microscope should be cleaned using a soft cloth or a tissue paper. Cleaning is very important, because a microscope should always be kept clean so that it does not get dirt and does not get moisture. Number 6, do not wet. Do not wet any part of a microscope, because if you wet these parts, most of the parts of a microscope are metallic. Yeah, they are metallic. I can show you parts like the body tube is metallic. The body tube is metallic. The arm is metallic. The base stud is metallic. The stage is metallic to most of them. So these metallic parts here, if you wet any of these parts, what happens is those parts will rust, and that will bring what we call the wear, the tear and wear. So do not wet any part of the microscope. And in case you wet, you clean using that special soft cloth that we said for the lenses, and also the tissue paper for the other parts of the microscope. Number 7, before and after use. Before and after use. When the microscope is not in use. When the microscope is not in use. Microscope not in use. Ensure you turn to low power. These ones should be low power objective lens, so that low power objective lens can be in line with the eyepiece. So why are we doing this? So I'm saying when the microscope is not in use, you ensure that this one looks like it's the low power, because the smaller one is shorter, not as big as this. So you ensure that you revolve to the low power objective lens to be in line with the eyepiece. This is a safety measure, and it will help in ensuring that the microscope does not, or the objective lens does not break, because remember, these other objective lenses are longer, so if you bring them close to the stage, some damage may occur. But the low power objective lens is smaller, and for safety purposes it should be the one that is supposed to be in line with the eyepiece when the microscope is not in use. Finally, after use, always clean and store the microscope in a safe place, free from two things: dust and moisture. Dust will dirtify and also make the microscope dirty, and moisture will make the microscope rust. So ensure that you keep the microscope, you clean it first, then you store it or keep it in a safe place, free from dust and moisture. So this video has been very short. We have come to the end of the precautions while using or handling a microscope. And the 8 points that I've given you, just a summary of them: always use both hands to carry the microscope. Never place a microscope at the periphery or close to the edge of the working bench or table, so that you avoid it falling. Do not touch the mirror and lenses with fingers to avoid making them dirty or wet. Dirty lenses should be cleaned using a special soft cloth or tissue, or a tissue paper that is dipped in ethanol to avoid scratches. Number 5, just a summary of what I've told you in this lesson. Other parts of the microscope should be cleaned using a soft cloth or tissue paper. Do not wet any part of the microscope to avoid rusting. Yeah, rusting brings about wear and tear, or tear and wear. Before and after use, after use of the microscope, ensure that you turn to low power objective lenses to be in line with the eyepiece. And finally, always use after use, always clean and store the microscope in a safe place, free from dust and moisture. Thank you very much for your time, and keep following me. Please subscribe Wilfred Momanyi Onkangi-Kiongozi, and let us learn together. Goodbye. Have nice studies.